excited to learn more.
Yeah, we have some, like, as we near the end, some questions about going home today.
Sure.
Little things.
Sure. So today, we're going to cover everything else that she knows. We've got time to also know and show you how to talk to dogs. So, when I deal with dog aggression and dogs with dog reactive, I don't expect them to like everybody in the team.
Yeah.
I don't like everybody in the team.
Yeah.
But she should behave herself. She shouldn't be hunting. She shouldn't be barking. She should be wrong. Either allow them to pass or pass by them until we choose. However, if you have a friend as a dog, that we would see on current cases, that's more realistic. Because we can take the steps to build friendship between those two dogs over time. And I've had clients who, their one dog would play with like 10 different dogs after we learned the exercise. And then there was some play dates. Perfect time for them. Dogs are just talk. So that in my mind is always a little more realistic. Every now and then I get a dog that's just not having it. And it's pretty like most of the time the owner will say like ever since the dog was a puppy, like never cared for the dogs. So if it wasn't there at the puppy, chances are it's not good. Most of the time the dogs are friendly as a puppy and it's more like yeah. So I think last time we spoke about your place and then the break. Right? So the break command is a universal command of your clock out, whatever it is that you're doing. Okay. So here, she's in place. She's very excited.
She's so excited to see what's the rule.
So the other thing, of course, on her sit down and whatever you call sit down, facing on heel, and stay in the so 6 commands and the one release. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is, did both of you get the hand throw last time?
Yes.
You did. Okay.
Briefly.
All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to hand this over to you. Okay. And I'm going to have you just show me what you remember. Okay. You're going to make mistakes. It's okay. I actually want to see where you're at, so that this way I know what to kind of target. Jaeger's colored up here.
Yeah.
Where's the remote? All right. So when you Jaeger here.
You never, I didn't even notice that.
Never moves. So when you pick up your leash here, what do you think you get to see?
About him? About her?
I'll just let you know that he is there.
When I pick up the leash.
Yes. What else? So you said you could pick up leash. Start walking.
Start walking.
Right. Prior to that, though, she's grabbing the leash.
Okay, I have to say heel. So,
Okay.
pass her on.
And then she should move you, right?
Yeah.
But if
She's in place,
she's
so
in place,
she
she shouldn't move. Yeah, right. So the assumption is because mom's back, when you pick up the leash, she's very excited. She's just going to rush off.
Right.
Okay. So, assuming this, I'm already ahead. Got my finger on the trigger, pick up the leash. You would want to allow her to make the mistake of getting off of both the leash and then immediately kick it. You wouldn't say place again because she's already under the command. You're simply reminding her, no, you're not supposed to get off in the first place. Okay. So I initiated the command. So technically she's under my control at the moment. But now that I've given everything to you, when you pick it up, should she break your reinforcement sensitivity until you give the command? Now she's under your. Does that make sense? Yeah. So like when I work with families or couples, one person puts the dog down, right? In the middle, she'll come by, the dog, and start walking the dog along the heel. That's automatic assumption, exactly. So we correct them, they'll know that you're still under the previous command, right? So we can take that to our advantage to clear up or tighten up our obedience. So anytime she's stationary and you go towards her, you pet her, maybe she's in the sit, you come by, good girl, and you walk away. My assumption is she's probably going to follow exactly, right? So you're always trying to be one step ahead, ready to correct her. Because the sooner you can correct her, the better she is at self-training. Okay? So when it comes to breaking commitments or behavior, the earlier you can get in, the better. Okay? This really applies to reactivity. Because when we do the behavior stuff, most people wait for 10 to happen. The dog's already lunching the bark. If the dog's at 10, you're more than likely going to need to use more power to shut it down.
Yeah.
Okay? In those moments, it's really the explosion happened. It's really stopping the pain. Okay? But it doesn't help serve as a really good learning moment for the dog because you're so far gone. The best approach is, just for example, we have Nina, she's here. You see a dog approaching, she starts to perk up without the explosion. Yes, that's when you would start.
Early signs.
Yes, so then when it's happening is, since she's more dialed down, when this is happening, the next time she thinks about it, the more likely she'll self-regulate. Because she's going to anticipate this is going to happen, she's going to want to do this. Okay? And I see that stuff happen all the time. Where you'll see the dog think about it, grab it, and go, oh,
Yeah.
turn away. That's when the owner asks the dog, rationalizing self-regulating, I shouldn't do the thing that I'm thinking about doing. Okay? So that's the importance of always going earlier. But with this obedience stuff, it kind of just helps you get used to that concept. Okay? So go ahead and go for her leash here. And I can say anything. Grab her leash. Yep. Yep. Now, you're not going to say no. All you're going to do, good job, is I'm just have you walk around here, the perimeter of the bed. Now, so of course she fidgets and all that stuff. It's perfectly fine.
Such a good turtle.
Good. Go ahead and have you pet her.
Oh no.
Good. Step away. Yep. Walk around. Good. Okay. So the dog's inclination almost always is to follow. Okay. One hold right there. Yep. Perfect. Maybe come in better. Yes. And all this is fine.
Give it to me, please.
Good. Step away. Yep. Very good, right? So my thing was she's more than likely going to fall. Okay, let's take a step back here. Good.
So I want her to lay down at all times when she's in place. Sitting's fine.
So she can sit, lay down, stand, play with the toy, chew on the
Stay
ball.
there, basically.
Yes. So this one is a larger one, right? So what we typically use for her is a smaller one here. So here, obviously, she doesn't have much space. But place can be, it can be as big as you want. At minimum, enough space for the dog to at least be able to lay down and not hang off. Okay? Because let's say you're using this command and you leave, and my pit did this when she was a puppy.
Yeah.
She'd be on place, I would leave to go make a sandwich. One ball,
Testing you.
then another ball, and I would come back and she would be like this. Okay, swear to God. Swear to God.
Sounds like something means it.
So, when I saw that, I was like, dogs are very intelligent. You understand there's something to do with this.
Yeah.
You're playing the game of let me just keep one little toe and do this and see what happens, right? So, if the place is too small and you see that like her paws hanging off or something like that, it's okay. But what you do want to pay attention to is what's going on here. If it looks like she's doing the same thing, you want to correct her, right? So if she's hanging off intentionally and you correct her, she's most likely to see she's going to pull back within the space and she's going to go, oh, you passed.
So it's just got to be big enough where we know it's intentional.
Correct, right? It makes
I
it
ordered
obvious.
her like a bed. It's probably between these two sizes.
Sure.
It's gonna be here in like a day or two.
Yeah, and that could be
Sloth as she goes.
yes. Okay. And you can have more than one place within the home. And your place is movable, right? So like you're in the living room, you have a room area, then you go to like an office space or a bedroom, bring it with you, pop it down, you go there, right? The more you use it, the more likely you're going to see her start gravitating to it. Because I believe you asked about it like overnight.
Yeah.
If you put her in the bed, she will.
Yeah.
So let's say throughout the day, in the coming weeks, you're like really utilizing things and stuff, and it just becomes a part of her like daily life. that I would assume overnight put her there. She most likely just opts.
Just wants to be there.
Yeah. Okay. Question so far.
That's good.
All right. So I'm going to have you go ahead and you place your heel and just show me what you remember.
Heel.
There, and turn your right calf. Tap, tap, there you go. And turn calf forward, tap. Good. Very good. Slow stop here. Very good. Right. No, yes.
I was thinking that while I was working.
Yeah. And everybody has their own setup, right? This is what I find for me works, and I get others that flip them up to the left hand.
Make a thumb from here and then having this in the rest of your hand.
Yeah. So for me, for that helps. That helps. Yeah. So her number has always been relatively low. Yeah, within that 12 to 10 or 12 range. I don't know if you this in 30s or something like that compared to all the stuff. I doubt that you're going to see any of that.
We got up to like 24 last time. She was like really freaked out.
Okay, cool. So here, we're going to do a bit of the heel, stop, set in place and stuff, just to kind of get you warmed up. So you're doing everything well. When she jumped over here, and then tapping, and then you pivot off to the right, which is correct. And the main thing is also the movement, right? Because when you're stationary, let's say Nina does something, right? You turn and you're stationary. At this point, she should close the gap because she's like unconditioning. But the movement, when she turns and she sees you moving, that's really what gives her something to attach to. Otherwise, if she's here and she feels this, and you're stationary, what do? Exactly, right? So I always keep my movement always going opposite to her and always moving in the direction away from her. Every now and then you may have to do inwards to bring her to your left, but almost always. Okay. Whenever you're ready, you can relax your arms. Very good. Forward. Relax. There you go. Yeah, good. Yeah, good. We drew a place out a lot. So that they become stop. Very good. Okay. Now one thing I can see from just habit, because a lot of people do this. Okay. In your handling skill, which is how you
It's like naturally I want to pull her.
you want to pull back, yeah. You've seen your wrist go back, right? It's good that you're aware of that. Okay, now moving forward, definitely support that because that will work against you.
Right.
When you pull back, you create what's called opposition reflex. You're familiar with that? No?
Like
Okay.
when I pull, she wants to go the other way.
Yes. Okay. When dogs feel pressure, they go against it. So if they pull back, if you pull forward, they pull back. If you pull back, they pull forward. Pull left, pull right. So
It's like the whole concept of the harnesses, right? Why do you use them? So it's not like pulling them as much.
well, harnesses people put on their dogs because it takes some of the pressure from the throat,
Right.
but it exacerbates the opposition reflex. Okay, so it makes it worse. Yeah. 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 Let's give her a little bit of pressure towards the leg and then stand still. Tap. Tap. A little bit more back. Tap. And then that's fine. Right there. Okay. So you're trying to get her back as best as possible. And I always anchor myself. So if I'm here, the dog gets up there, back here. I don't need it to be perfect, right? Because it's just family type stuff. But I want the dog to understand you don't leave my side, right? Most people's inclination is to move with the dog, so then the dog is technically leading the interaction, okay? Does this make the dog feel like super entitled and empowered? Sometimes. But it's not a big deal, but it does just, the dog does learn, if I do something, you'll respond, right? And I want them to learn, like, no, I'm not, you're going to come back, and there's going to be negative pressure behind it. So with harnesses, it makes pulling worse, it makes reactivity worse, and it makes any kind of stress response the dog is feeling double or triple. So if they're anxious, nervous, fearful, or
Yeah, we
aggressive.
tried it different.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then there's these things called the no-pull harnesses.
That's one.
It's an oxymoron
Yeah.
if you think about it. Because harnesses are meant for pulling, and huskies wear harnesses.
Yeah.
That's why horses that have
That's
carriages
so true.
wear harnesses, right?
Yeah.
It's because they want nothing inhibiting the throat. When we train protection dogs, we have the dog in a harness. We want nothing. We don't want when the dog lunges, they still throw. Yeah, they still, and we do that. It's like with people, when we hold them back, they get more frustrated. It's the same concept, okay? So, what happens is, if we start to fall back on this habit of pulling the lead out, the leash is telling her technically to pull, the remote is telling her not to pull. Now you have conflicting messages. And so exactly, it's going to be confusing, okay? So, the good thing is that you're self-aware. When I pointed it out, you're like, yeah, I'll point that will happen, right? Because going
I like
forward,
noticed it as a
yes,
It's like
going
instinctual.
forward, when you're walking her, you have to be aware of yourself, right? Because I'm not going to be there going, no, don't do that. Right? You can have me in the back of your head.
Yeah.
No. But as much as possible, you want to, of course, correct that. That's why I'm telling you, relax. Okay, if I had left you initially when you started, you were like this, right? You had your right hand up with the remote and like kind of like this, and then you relax this one to this one. People always like ignore the hand away from the dog, but this will lead back to this. So then it's always just down, right at your hips, right? So I'm just walking, I'm relaxed. Because if you're relaxed and there's no tension, and you feel tension, what does that tell you? She's doing something, right? So the leash is like a line of communication. So if I help relax, and it's completely slack, and I feel nothing, that tells me to go for it right here, right? But if I start to feel the tongue going to my left, well, the knee is sniffing and something to the left. I'm going back and telling me she's lagging. Going forward, she's really pulling, right? Yes. Now, whenever she's pulling forward, you always want to make the about right turn and click to bring her to your left leg. Okay. If you go inwards, it'll bring her to your right leg. And so it always goes the opposite. Okay. If she's pulling to the side, you can just keep going forward or both. Because what we're trying to create is if we're with the dog and they start to pass us, we want to go opposite to give more space for the dog to close the gap. So if she's going to the side and I'm going forward, I'm still creating a gap that she's going to close into.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing is I'm the remote bringing the dog in. Okay? So let's say she's lagging and going super slow. I know she's not tired. I know it's not too hot for her. I'll speed up. I'm going to remote to create more distance. Exactly. The dog is some kind of gap to close.
So you said if she's going ahead, I want to turn around.
Yes, 180 turns,
So
right?
she can't see the gap would be bigger.
Exactly. Right? Now, let's say there's people behind you, you don't have the capacity to turn, right? It's okay. In that moment, you can tap, bring her back, right? But it's just in that moment. Don't use that as a regular approach. At some point, the turn stops. Like with my dogs, after I trained, like way back when I trained them, it was probably like 2 weeks to a month of me just correcting. It became less and less and less. Eventually, it's just healed. And I would walk 4 to 5 miles, they would stay right there, right? Because the other thing that you want to factor in is your number. If you finally go back to the neighborhood and you're turning, clearly 10 is important. Exactly. So because now she's in her environment, she's by her home, she's with you guys, right? It's not boot camp anymore, so she's going to push things. So I go, okay, what does 15 do? And maybe it goes from 100 turns to 50 turns. Cool, but it's still 50 turns. 15 goes to 20. 50 turns becomes 10 turns, but it's still 10 turns every day. 25. Now it's a turn every other week. I go, great, that's a really big gap. Whenever we do corrections, there should be a pretty noticeable gap in time between the infraction and the next time we have to correct. Okay? So that's just how I keep track of things. And that's what tells me when I need to bump it or if I need to lower it. If like she like overreacts and it'll move too high, then back. Okay? So whenever you're ready, heel.
Heel.
Good. Yeah. Good. Here, go ahead and make the shark like about turn to your right. Yeah, to your right. Yeah, good. 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 Yeah, good. Yeah.
She
good.
starts to like stick. It's not like glued to me by the tapping it.
So whenever you see her, when you relax her, there you go. Whenever you see her look off, go on, she's doing this, I'll check in, right? And I'm like, what are you looking for? And if I see there's a dog across the field, I'll remove it. Like, don't care about the dog, right? Even if she's not being reactive.
Trying to figure out how often to try this. I know she doesn't know where I'm going, so she's trying to like
We're going to clear that up
figure it out.
because there's body movements. Okay, so right now it's just getting used to having Nina right there next to you. I keep wanting to say beans now.
She goes back up.
She goes by
She knows them.
Yeah.
So, there are specifics or formalities to heal that teach the dog or tell the dog what you're doing. Okay, so right now, there's two aspects to heal. Teaching the dog to pay attention, and then teaching the human to move in a certain way that the dog knows what you're doing. Okay, so we haven't covered that yet, right? So that what you're feeling or what you're sensing is just like, she doesn't know what I'm doing, because you're not doing it yet. Yeah. Now, at the speed that you're going here, you know, when you make that dog turn, you should be able to catch it even if you're not doing the correct movements, because you're going too slow to it. Okay? Go ahead and just place her here. Yeah. Yeah. Good. There we go. Girl. Yeah. Now, as force of habit, so you issue the first one, right? You issue the first one and then immediately kick in with the remote collar. Most people want to give the dog the opportunity to do the right thing and not get promoted because they feel bad. I use every opportunity to use the remote. Okay? That's how I end up not having to use it. Because the dog's like, every time Jessie says place, remote kicks in, right? Yeah, very quick. So in order to get her to just be, what's the word, super quick with her responses, you want her to beat the punch. That's what we're doing here, right? So when we added it as a punisher, a lot of trainers. So if I say sit and then it's an immediate tap, the dog just says, I don't want to get tapped, right? And then when they move that quick, nothing happened. They go, oh, if I move this quick, I avoid that. Cool. I'm going to do that from now on. Okay, that's the idea here. Same thing with the reactivity stuff, right? If you're in her head about just the remote itself, she's not going to want to question whether or not it's going to happen. It's just guaranteed. The only way it doesn't happen is you don't do anything. Okay? Go ahead and pop her into a heel again. And I'm going to have you try that when you're moving that about turn again. Okay?
Heel.
There you go.
It's like arms up.
Good. Foot goes over here. Good. Go to slow to stop. There you go. In place.
Place.
There you go. Just want to swap handlers?
Okay, should I go?
For your right. Okay. Then relax. Go to slow walk. You a fast walker?
Yeah.
You turn again? Yeah. Good. Relax your arm. Good. Good. Go ahead and turn to your right. 180. Yep, good.
Do I have to stay heel when we
Yeah, so when you're moving, slow.
If you stop and start walking here, and stay
Correct. Slow, slower. Stop. Okay. Good. Relax. Good. So heel, technically, you only have to say it once.
Okay.
So if you go out, heel, right? You initiate it. You're moving. You come to a stop sign. You stop. If you move again, technically you're still in heel. Okay. Unless you release the dog or you put them in another command, they're still in the old command, right? So technically you wouldn't have to say it. I always say it when I go from stationary to motion, just to have it. But technically you don't have to, right? The other thing I was going to say here was, I talked about last time before stopping and turning, right? Slowing down.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the one thing that a lot of people forget.
Okay.
And they just get stuck on the walk, right? So it's just like driving. You slow before you stop, you slow before you turn, right? Because especially if you're a fast walker, you just stop, you need to go through, just going to slow past you, right? So now we have to be more. It's okay that you walk fast.
Yeah.
We just want to make sure that when you slow down,
Before.
you stop. And also, because I've worked with many fast walkers, a considerable slowdown. Because I've seen them, they're like, oh, I didn't slow down. I'm like, no, like you went from like 90 to 85.
Yeah.
Like you got to go 90 to like 60 to 30, then that stop. That's why I was going slow, slower, stop. Right? And when you slow down, at minimum 2 to 3 steps, more is perfectly fine. Okay? Because if she's paying attention, just giving her more heads up. Should Nina pass you when you slow down? That means
Tap.
and
Oh, turn.
correct, right? So whenever Nina passes you, if you have the capacity to do so, always turn and tap go the opposite way. Okay? Go ahead and get position. Yep, good. Good. And I'm going to keep walking, but just walk slow. Good. Good. Going into a left turn. Good. Good. Now slower. Stop. Good. What you're going to do here, you're going to just take one big step. Good. Go ahead, or you got a good trainer. But we'll just go with Nina's very smart. Let's try for 3 regular steps. And turn, tap, to the right, tap, because she passed you, right? So when you do that, because we use Gabby for distraction, right? Did the 3 steps. She gets ahead, turn, provoke, but then you want to keep the movement as well.
Okay.
You want to give her some capacity, okay? So we'll try that again.
Walk for Gabby and sit.
Go ahead and about right there. Okay. Good. You're going to take just like 3 regular steps. 2, 3. There. Good. Right? Now, see how this time she's able to catch herself?
Yeah.
It's because of last time. So she's thinking, oh, last time I went towards mom, and both happened, and we were going the opposite way, right? Here, she has like a reference. Oh no, like, it doesn't matter, because when I work with my clients, especially couples, and they're going towards the other one, and the dog goes to the other person, they don't see it as a big deal. They're like, oh, brother, just going to my husband, just going to my wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, what have you, right? But it ends up as a gray area for the dog. So then the dog thinks, well, if I can just go to me dad, anybody? Exactly. We tend to focus on the big problem.
Yeah.
A lot of times the big problems are created through smaller problems that are going unaddressed.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's why here I was like, we're going to address all the small stuff and see what happens. Okay? And then if we need to address big stuff, of course we address it, but this makes it much easier because you're not letting her be at 10.
Yeah.
You're doing, at most maybe she goes to a 3, much easier to stop a dog at a 3 than it is at a 10. Okay? So I will take Nina here. We're going to start talking about the formalities, of heel. Okay, yeah. So this. Easier. She's doing really good though. I had a puppy that was in the morning train. He was so like happy to see them. It was like so hard. And I was like, it's okay, you can come on. Great. So for heel, yeah, girl. When we cue the word, I find it easiest to cue the word first and move forward with my left leg. Okay. So dogs have a wider peripheral range than we do. So earlier when I said if you just walk and you're still in heel from previously, it's still in effect. The other part of it is you be moving with your left leg, right? So if it's heel, we're walking, come to a stop, light turns green, and I move forward with that left leg again, I don't have to say heel. Left leg is the non-verbal heel, okay? The other thing is our turns. Some things get a little tricky for people, okay? People tend to naturally do these things until I call it out. When I tell them you have to turn with this leg and that leg. And then they get too stuck up here. So it makes sense once you start doing it. Are you guys are dancers or anything? My clients that are dancers will pick up on all these little things that I do. And you're like pivoting off your left leg and you're turning with your right leg. I'm like, you're a dancer. Like, yeah, because it's all foot things, right? So heel, left leg, okay? Heel. So now we're in the command. And if I want to turn left, I want to turn left using my right leg.
Okay.
You guys should turn your head.
Yeah.
There's no tapping. I'm just moving at a pace that Nina can see, and if I have a bumper, just go like that, that she can see what I'm doing here. So, right, left.
It's like your outside leg.
Exactly. Because if we turn like this, you're going to put your dog, or you're going to trip over them. Okay?
And then when you start walking straight, it's your left.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. There you go. I think everyone tap this over now. So, heel, left leg, right? We're moving. And this is why the slow down is so important. Because if you're just walking like this and do that, you're going to crash into each other. So when you slow down, Nina slows down. What are you doing? Right leg, boom, she just moves with you. Okay? The next thing is our right turns are done with our left leg. We have this tag on. So it's the leg opposite to the turn. Okay, so when you're turning left, you're using the right leg. When you're turning right, you're using your left leg. So, if you're just making a soft right turn, you slow down, and then you just turn like this, and she turns with you. Okay? Now that one's actually the biggest deal. The two that are, the one that I just showed you was the left turn. The next one is the about turn on the 180. So when she passes you, you just do this and turn back. You keep going. You've already lost her attention. There's no need to be specific. She's not paying attention to you. Exactly, right? Heel. But let's say we're walking with Nina, she's doing good, and I'm like, oh crap, I forgot my phone, and I need to pivot back. I slow down. I'm going to extend my left leg. Set here for a second. So I kind of stall it for a minute. Then walk back to my right. You see how she just turns around it? There's no remote there. That's just me using body language to teach her what I'm doing. Right? So that's how I'm saying it's partially teaching the dog to pay attention. Once you have the dog's attention, it's teaching the owner how to move to let the dog know what you're doing. This is essentially like you putting on blinkers for other drivers to know what you're doing. Okay? Who wants to go first?
You
Not myself.
I'm gonna get in my head. It makes perfect sense.
We're going to do each thing separately. First, we're going to just start with the heel. Okay? What you can do, heel, left leg, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, stop. Heel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, stop. Okay? You're going to do 5 reps of that.
Heel.
Now, this happens because she's distracted now, right?
Yeah.
Is it because now you're in an exercise where you're doing heel 5 steps in the stop, right? Is if she passes you, always default
Always just
to her, and then you just reset. Okay? So here, go ahead and just pivot off like this. Yep, that's good. And let's try it again.
Oh, I'm distracted. Heel.
There you go. Yep.
Heel.
Good.
Heel.
Yeah. Yeah. Start with the hand. Yeah. Move to your left. Yeah. One forward. Yeah. Yeah.
Curl.
Yeah. There you go. Good. Slow. Stop. Good.
Should I like get the muzzle off?
Yeah. Let's do this.
Yeah, if she's like freaking out on a walk like that with the muzzle, what should we
Let's see. What should you do?
remember?
So what I've done is you actually want to do that left turn.
Okay.
So she's coming in like this, right? Right, trying to get the muzzle off. So you have to time it. Boom. And I'll use the contact. And I have some video too, so once I post it up, you can see it. Where it's really common with the muzzle. A lot of dogs want to rub to remove it. So to counter that, I just turn into them, and I get them with my leg, and then she's like, oh, right?
Yeah.
So then she's like, okay, well, if I'm not close to you, I get promoted. If you get too close, I get the right leg. So then she had to find that balance. Okay.
So
But
we don't tap her or anything.
no, the tap, because the tapping in this moment means more this.
Yeah.
So now it's confusing, right? So I lay off of that, and then I just use my body as a means to get her to flush off.
Okay. Let her now, baby.
So let's see how she does with that off. Okay. Whenever you're ready.
All right. Heel.
Good.
Yeah. We call Nina's muzzle and her like prom collar and everything her accessories.
Her accessories.
Her necklaces.
Ladies gotta have accessories.
She's so funny. Like, you have your necklace. Yeah, look at that smile.
We'll do one more.
Heel.
Yeah, I've had some dogs decked out. Slip chin, palm collar, deep collar, muzzle. I had one dog that was double muzzle and he's so heavy.
Shut up.
Like, one in a million, right?
Does the muzzle like come off?
No, he had a mesh muzzle, and he had a basket muzzle. But you can still open his mouth and charge and hit my leg. And still got me. Still got me with his front teeth. So like really good timing on the dog's part. He didn't get bad, but it's still possible. So, very good. So now we're going to do, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Heel left leg, right? The leg closest to the dog because they have a wider peripheral range. So she sees that moving, that cues her now moving there. Now we're going to do our left turn. So that's the one that's being led by your right foot. Okay? So you would say heel, left leg, and then whenever you're ready, slow down, and then cut at a 90-degree angle with your right leg, left leg, and then you're going to cut again with your right leg. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3. Right, left, right, and you're turning on those rights. So you can make kind of like a square shape there. Okay?
Heel.
Right, left, right. Good. Good. Relax that left hand. There you go. Good.
I like just keep pulling.
I'm gonna have to get a remote for you, so every time you use
It's
your
funny because I
hand.
used to run track and cross country. I do the same exact thing when I run and go like this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like natural. My shoulders just move.
Tense up, yeah. A lot of people carry tension around
Yeah,
like that they're not aware of.
it's like straight in my arms.
Yeah.
Girl.
Do 3 more. Left or right. Yeah, there we go.
It makes like international.
So right, left, right, okay, good. Relax, good.
Here.
Right, left, right. Now slow to stop here. Did you see what you did there? That's not. So here what happened was there wasn't enough shift in pace. She started to forge and you went to this and just cut in front of her. Right? What I would have done is you came here, turn, line her up first, slow, and then start with the cutting. Okay? Because you're so focused on making that turn that you're ignoring the other stuff. And because this happened when you stepped out, is she started to forge after you. Was that right? And then I think she didn't turn. She did something else. And because you're going to come to a stop. That's what it was. You're walking. She was trying to come to a stop, and Nina went to forge, and she just kind of pulled back in half. When really she should have done this, right? But her intention was to stop. So she said she was focused on that, and she ignored this. And you always want to correct her passes, even if your intention is to turn to the left or come to a stop. If she's not paying attention, you always default to that turn attack, and just turn again and try again.
Okay.
Because when those things go unaddressed, you're slowly untraining your dog. Okay.
So before you make any moves, she's lined up.
Yeah. Your priority is always keeping Nina on that left leg, no matter what you're intending to do. So if she passes you up, even if you're trying to stop, it's like, no, go back here, turn again, and then come to the stop.
It's like when you fucking parallel park. You like have to start.
You have to start over, go back to the beginning, and then go back in. Correct. Right? And let's try for 2 more left turns.
Yeah.
Right, left, right, good.
Stopping. She's so smiling.
Slow, right, left, right. Very good. That was a good turn. So you're gonna pivot around here and then face this way. Excuse me. Yeah, there. Right, left, right. Slow, stop. Very good. Good girl. So, we'll make it. Now we're going to do the about turn, okay? So the soft rights are easy. You just turn left, right? It's the 180 turns now. So we're walking with Nina, heel, slow, extend that right leg, and back onto your right. Okay, so you step out to the left, come back. Okay. And I like to hold on that extension to give the dog time to wrap around my leg and then I'll pull. Okay. Right.
Heel.
Yep. Good. Good. 3 more.
I see someone over there.
Yep. Good. Just get distracted. Yeah. Good. Yeah. So, yeah. Good. Good. Slow stop. Good. So I'm going to point something out right here. Because she's distracted.
Yeah.
But she's still able to read what you're doing. It's just much 100%. Okay? Dogs are capable of doing this. Like that dog actually, Fran, I was working with her in her owner.
She's just been sitting there looking at us this whole time.
We were at Independence Park in the River North area or whatever. And she was staring at a squirrel. Now Fran doesn't chase squirrels, but she'll like stare at them. And we're behind her. And I told her, thumb her down. Down. Bop. Even though her focus was completely on the squirrel, she heard the command and still processed it, right? So here it's kind of similar. She's still in the heel, but she's taking in like what's going on over there, right?
Is that okay?
It's okay, depending on what it is. If it's a dog,
So you were like tensing up.
correct.
But if it's like a squirrel or like whatever.
You can let it go to a degree.
Yeah.
But then if I start to find that letting her stare at squirrels affects my obedience, then I know I'm not working. Then it's just like I release you, and then you can have your squirrel time. Okay? Because she's a dog. I don't care about dogs chasing squirrels. What I care about is, can you get your dog back if you call him off of that squirrel?
Right.
Right? If you can't do that, then I'm like, well, then be careful, because if that squirrel runs through the street, your dog,
Yeah.
okay? Question so far.
No? Want to try this? Try the dance? I really like the dance.
Now here, did a good job, but during transfers, a lot of times I'll get up. Hey,
Yeah.
you of course correct, it's not your charge.
And I say heel to kind of enforce them now on the person.
When you start moving,
Yeah, okay.
right? So like, Gabby gives you the leash, you don't need to say anything. Should she have stood up, you simply tap, she sits back down, that's all that's needed. But now, when you start moving, yes, you would have to say anything. Okay.
Okay, so, okay.
Right. Also, we're going to do the heel first.
Okay, so which
Uh,
left, right turn?
uh,
Oh, this is left.
Yeah, so heel, left leg, right? So all you're going to do for this batch is heel, left leg, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stop on the 6. She should sit, wait. Heel, left leg, 1, like that, okay?
Heel.
Slow, and then stop. Good, that's okay. Yeah.
And then I turn it this way.
Good. Check a few more. Yeah. Good. And 2 more.
Heel.
Yeah. Good. And the last one. So you see here, she got a little head, right?
Yeah.
So that would have been, what stopped her was the little bit of tension on the leash.
Yeah.
So I would let it go.
Okay.
Let's try one more.
Okay. Heel.
There you go. Good. Right. Go ahead and move out and then come in. So you move over, so you can turn like this. There you go. And then stop. So now we're going to work on the left turn.
Okay.
So you're teaching to work heel, and you're going to lead this turn with your left leg, right? So heel, left leg, slow down whenever you're ready, and left turn led by the right leg,
Okay.
left leg, right leg. Okay.
Turn
Whenever you're ready,
So this.
right, left, right. There you go, good.
Do I stop for it?
No, you keep moving, just slow down. Right, left, right, good. Right, left, right, good. 2 more. You have to bring her in, which is right, left, right, good. Slow, right, left, right, good. Then when you come to the end, you'll turn in again. Good. Stop. Good. Excellent. Right. And what I do is, outside of the sidewalk, I like to use these sidewalk squares as a guide. So you have a square, right? Then if you hop to the right of the sidewalk, and you turn right on the crack, you get the crack here, the left leg, and then the sidewalk will end there, right leg.
Okay.
It gives you a nice vision to get those turns. We want to be careful with not doing a soft right. A lot of people do this, and then they do this, and then they do the dog. Like they're literally just raw, just like that. Okay. So now you're going to work with the top right. Okay. So this one is led by the left foot. So heel, left leg. You're moving. You slow down. You extend your left leg back to your right leg. Okay. Are you ready? Good. 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 Yep. Two more. Good. Last one. Good. We'll go ahead and bring it back to that end. Right there. Good. Very good. I'm going to wait right there for a second. Excellent. So, this makes sense so far. Yeah. And I know it's like a lot, right? It's pretty intuitive once you get used to it. I've been doing this for so long, I can't not do it. It's like even when I'm training day one, I'm already doing stuff with my legs that help the dog pick up on stuff. And you guys are kind of getting this flood of information. But typically it's week one is I teach the owner how to teach the dog how to just pay attention. And then week two is like, okay, here's the formalities. As opposed to like, here's the dog.
Yeah.
Here's all the stuff that knows, right? But of course you'll have this to refer to if you get all that stuff. Okay. And if you ever have any questions, don't feel free to email me questions. So the next thing we're going to work on is stay. When I say sit, down, or place, I do not say stay. Okay, it's implied. Go there, don't move. Okay. However, let's say Nina is already on the area of place, right? Of her own accord. She can move. So, but let's say you decide that, oh crap, like, I need you to not move. Human logic says she's already on place, so I can't tell her place, right? Stay. Now it becomes don't move from where you're at or in the position that you're in, right? So if like Tina's laying down, which is on her own time, and you decide I don't want you to move, stay. Then it becomes a down command. Here, Tina is sitting, but she's not going to sit. What is she in? In a heel, right? So it's an auto sit. It's built into the command. So if you move, Tina's inclination is going to be to move with you, right? So then here I go, okay, well I can't tell you sit because you're already sitting. You could tell her down, right? But I just want you to sit. Stay, and then I can move away, right? So I'll show you here.
Always has that this. She loves the shape.
Yep, very good. So I want to just put her to heel to tie her to me. Heel, we move. Good. So now Nina is in a heel, right? So if I move, Nina's inclination actually should be moving with me. But she's gonna prove me wrong. So what we do here is if I decide I don't want you to move, right? Stay. And I like to wave the hand closest to the dog. So if she's on my right, I would say stay. Here, on my left, stay, right? And I'm gonna pivot out my right leg face like this. And the reason why we do this at the beginning is to help her hold the position. Because most dogs, if we just move forward, they typically move forward with you because it looks like heel when they see you moving away. So when I pivot off like this, she's like, oh, what do I do here? Right? So it helps her out. And then I'll hold the leash like so in the beginning. So in case she gets up, I would lightly pull up and tap to get her back in position and relax and then continue to move. Okay? So at this, you have good. At this point, you have good. Yep. Good. So when Tina's moving, I'm not moving. Because if I were to continue to try to circle around, she's going to think heel. right? So I make it easier for her. I stop, I hold up, which keeps you within the area. I want to keep it within as much as possible. Because if the original stay was here, but then she moves here at the end, she's still moving, right? So I want to keep her here as much as possible. So when I'm moving around, if she moves, I catch her, and I use this to stop her, and just the tap. They were really frequent here. I don't know if because I went tap for the first time was 3 times, and each one was just once after that. Because she was getting like kind of worked up, right? So she started to move a lot. I go, okay, you're getting anxious, so I'm gonna just let you think it through.
So you don't tap.
Correct. Like I could see, like I saw the tap, and she was right? And then this happened, right? Because if I keep the pressure on, because I'm trying to read the dog, right? And if the dog is telling me I'm getting worked up, I lay off the pressure because the more you put on, the more stress you create. The dog can't think through, right? So as long as I see her trying to resolve the issue, I let it go, okay? Because she's giving you feedback, right? So she's
Saying how you feel.
exactly. So the other thing that we might see is dogs will swivel. They'll do this, okay? I ignore it. It goes away. If she were to do this and get up, I also have to correct that because her butt's getting up in the same position, okay? But if we see swiveling, I let it go because that typically self-corrects. Once the dog goes, oh, I just don't move, the moves is watching like this, okay? So again, I move. And I like to normally, I don't do the stay thing. I say it once, and then I just reinforce it, okay? Yep. Good. Good. Stay. Now, if I pet her and step away again, she still should hold that position because the command is still in effect. Until I release her with the break command or give the next command, this is her job. Okay?
You say stay after 7 rounds.
I say it and then I step out. Okay, so I think it's always easiest to give the cue first and then do the next thing. Yeah, so I'll go stay and then head out. Okay? Is it too warm for her? Okay. So I know I'm right next to her. Lower temp.
Dead. Is the spine or what about
So go ahead and put her in the heel.
heel?
And move and then you'll come on your left leg. Turn to your right, temp good. Good. Stop. Good. Right. So here.
Stay.
Go.
Stay.
Stay. Release. Here. I want to grab it up here. Okay. So that we're moving around. Just in case, if she tries to get up, very easy to stop her. If you're holding at the end, now you're up here. And you're trying to get immediate contact. Okay? So she's going to stay up. Move. Okay. Move. There you go. I'll try to wind around the other way. Good. And you tap it, right? Tap. Yep, good. Move. Up, yep, good. Move. Up, tap. Up, tap. There you go. Relax. Good. Keep it going. Yep. Now move around.
Right, she looks like it's laying down. You want to move that.
Yeah, lightly pull up to bring her back into that sit. So the tap ultimately is what gets her to do it. You're just helping like figure out what to do.
Help her.
Okay. Good. Okay. Good. Now move around. Okay, good. Good. Now she makes mistakes like this. I don't move on to the next thing until I complete one full circle. Okay, so here you completed 2. That's good. We'll go right there. Back to her right side. Get back to heel. Good. Now relax. Good. Heel.
Heel.
And left leg. For the heels.
Oh, yeah.
Good. Stay.
Stay. Stay.
Good. Move around. Yep. Good. Try to grab some. Good. And back to the side right there. Perfect. And then heel.
Heel.
Good. Just right in that center there. Good. Stay.
Stay.
Yep. Shorten again. Around. Good. Yep. Yeah, good. Yep. Up. So you see how she got from here to there, or from there to here, right? So, yep.
Okay.
Yeah. There we go. And then relax, right? So when she gets up, you pull up. See how it puts tension here?
Yeah.
You're trying to catch her. So it limits, by getting her like this, it limits where she can move. So
Okay.
you're keeping her as isolated as possible.
Okay.
Now it happens where the dog will go from here to there, right? So in that case, I just keep the pressure on, so we guide them back and then reposition. I don't say stay again. And I've seen this happen several times where the dog will be down here and then they'll move and I'll promote them and they'll go and walk right back to the general area. And like they're capable of remembering, oh, I need to go back here, not to lay down here. Okay? So go ahead and continue. Yeah, good. Go around again. Yeah, good. Yep. Yep, it's okay. Good. Good. And then back to her right side. Perfect. Do one more. Heel.
Heel.
Good. So stop. Perfect. Stay.
Stay.
Around. Good.
The smile.
Face, step, good. And then just continue walking around. So when you have correct her, right? When you move again, you just try to move as normal as possible. Right? Yeah. There you go. Because every time she makes a mistake, it gives you the opportunity to teach her, no, you don't do that. You're supposed to do this. Okay. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Move perfect. Good. Yeah. So we want to get a complete circle before we move on to the next one. Good. And pivot inwards. Now you're by your right side. Perfect. This one is swap handlers. Good. Now here, what I would do is instead of putting her in a heel, I would pick up on her staying. Right? So just pivot out. So she's still in stay, she's still not supposed to move. Right? But since we switch, she's most likely going to get confused. Yeah. Instead of going to heel, I just have to move around her and not stay. You don't have to say stay because it tells you that.
Yeah.
Okay? Go ahead. Yep, good. Yep. Good. Fine.
So she can like kind of wiggle her butt a little bit.
If she keeps that butt in the ground, but swivels on it,
Yeah.
it's technically still a sit, right?
Okay.
And the reason why I don't promote it is in my ears, it corrects itself. Once the dog understands, just don't get up, it goes away. Because she's trying to do two things: not get up, but pay attention to you. So she's just trying to follow your lead or pay attention. But the way she's thinking is right?
Yeah.
So anytime before when I used to promote it, the dog would just get more worked up, and then I was like, let me ignore it and see what happens. And then it would end up going away. Okay, very good. Back to her side. Yeah, good girl.
Is he? It's circle.
Again, whenever you're ready. Yep.
Yep.
Good. Good. And then slow stop. Good. Stay. Good.
Good. Juanita.
Good.
Circle.
Yeah, let's go back to the side here. Let's go into praise. And I'm having you step out again, so she's still in stay.
Stay.
Tap. Good.
Forget.
Move around. So the petting and that praise, right? It takes your mind off of
Yeah.
task at hand, which is why I do things like this.
You should go back to it.
Yeah. Good. And back to the side. Excellent. And heel.
Yeah.
Good. Do a couple more.
She knows who's in charge.
Good pivot. Good. Good. Slow to stop. Excellent. Stay. Good.
Very good. You're learning so many things.
Good.
Yeah.
And some of her mistakes and stuff, yep. Ironically, but we're getting less and less and less, right?
Right.
Because she's still viewing you one way, which is excitement,
Right.
you know, my family, my buddies, type of thing. And it should be authority, subordinate, parent, child, you know, employer, employee, type of,
My employee.
you know, really.
She's my employee.
Yeah, go give me a beer, right?
Yeah.
So, that excitement, that initial excitement, the initial association, is what leads to a lot of mistakes in the beginning,
Yeah.
right? Because when we work with her, because since day one, it's been boot camp.
Right.
Like we praise her and stuff like that, but we're not good buddies.
Right.
So it's really easy for her to just stay in line and not make mistakes. But with you guys, she has to unlearn that, you know? And it's also very important that yourselves, because you're a big part of that. Because it's very easy to fall back on old habits, all right? Or get complacent because you see such progress, where it's like, oh, well, I'm going to just like not be as strict anymore. But the strict is what keeps her in line,
Right.
okay? So let's go ahead and do a couple more, then move on to the next thing. Good.
It's like when we were adopting her, she just had this look with a smile and like face. It's like, we have to get her.
Good.
Here's the smile.
Good. And back to the other side. Excellent. Let's pressure one more.
Maybe. Good job.
Excellent. Questions so far?
No.
All right. Next thing I'm working on is in place, heel, stay. Down, do down. Just making sure. So down. So I'll take here, not on top of you.
You're doing
so
good.
All right, so for the down, this is like one of the trigger commands. She actually got it for what's it mean?
Down is one that I've tried teaching her for the past 6 months. That's probably why she like remembers it.
Okay.
Because she can do it usually if I have a treat.
Treat,
She'll always
cool.
go into down.
So with the down command, it's and for any command really. When we use these tools, it's not as simple as you just teach it, and then when the dog doesn't do it, you just because they don't connect the dots. You have to use this to teach them how to do the command itself. So for the down, I have 2 ways of teaching it. For Nina, what we did was shorten a leash and I keep the dog in a sitting position. Mechanically, if you're in a sit, they lay down like this. Okay?
Yeah, she always goes from sitting down.
Yeah. So what we do is I put pressure on the back at a 45-degree angle to go with that natural angle. And then I use this behind it. So eventually the dog goes into position. For the bigger guy, Jaeger here, what we end up doing is actually using the leash to put pressure on the neck so that crook ends up becoming uncomfortable. And I use this so eventually the dog goes, I have to do something about this. Yeah. And then they lay down. Okay? So here, yeah. So the other thing about Nina, as you can see, she gets kind of like frustrated or like worked up. So I was at 10, and one tap on right? Then I went down to 7. And then I did like 3 taps on 7, and then she completed it, right? If I keep her in that anxious state, anxious energy wants to move. The down command is not a moving command. It's a go into this position. So it's counter. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if I keep it at 10, I'm more than likely going to make her do this.
Yeah.
So I go down lower, and then I kick in again, up. So she can settle.
It's just enough to make her think.
Yes. Okay. Now this is all, of course, all according to context. Right now we just have Jaeger, Quincy's right there, and then within myself, right? So this is a calm context. So within the home, if there's nothing going on, once you've got her to settle down, it should be fairly subtle. Where we're probably going to have struggles is when she hears those sounds, dog barking, things like that. Okay. Then we'll of course work with that stuff in home sessions. Okay. But with the down, she knows it by the cue. Okay. So if I cue the down and I kick any hormone afterwards, she knows to do this. So you condition her. However, if she gets too worked up, maybe she didn't hear it, maybe she's confused. We have the hand to help guide her through the motion itself. Okay? Great. So back up and try. So I'm going to take my left hand. I shorten my leash here, and a little bit of downwards pressure. Let me get the belly roll. Now here, even though she's on her back, this is a down. Okay. So when I train, especially the down command, I don't care how it looks. I don't need the Sphinx fight. Yeah. slide down.
Okay.
This is actually uncomfortable. Okay? Or if she starts like that, it's okay, but typically this will happen. Yeah, well, she'll swivel. That's fine. I don't care if she's like this, she's on her side or on her back. What I care about is if I down you, will you hold it for 2 hours?
Yeah.
Right? So if it's comfortable for her to just be on her back and hold that for 2 hours, that's all I care about. Is the function. I don't care about aesthetics. Okay? So here, I didn't stay down. I just put a little bit of pressure on her back and then started rotating when you saw her go into the position. Right? Because that's how we initially taught it. So if you ever tell Nina to go in that down position and you're tapping, and it looks like she's not getting it, that's instead of repeating, you would just use your hand and the remote to help guide her into it. Okay? So when a dog starts to panic, it's I like this like just a grip to reality. Because it's physical. It's something that they feel, oh, I know what this is. Boom, right? Yeah. Because language is natural to us because we use it all the time. We use it since we were little kids. For dogs, they don't know what the words mean. They can associate what what the words mean, but it's really just the physical that they understand the most. So I'll kick it with my hand if she looks too confused, she can hear it, or she's panicked. Okay? Now, if she looks like she's panicked, most people's instinct is to reset. If you reset, you're making a couple of issues here. One is she can then learn, well, if I want to do something, all I got to do is accept this behavior. And then mom will play off.
Yeah.
Right? That makes unreliable feelings. Or if something happens where she gets spooked, she's scared, maybe she's running away because she heard a firework or a backfire, and she's off leash, now she's panicked. And if you've never worked with panic, good luck. Okay, because there's one, the dog working through panic, and two, the handler working the dog through panic. Yes, because most people's instinct is chase your dog.
Right.
But if you're not going to catch him, all you have is this. You got to jump to this and make it happen, right? So I take advantage of any moments where the dogs become stressed, they can become protesty, they're like no or defiant, they can become panicked. I always stay calm. I take my time. It might take me 5 minutes. I had one dog for 15 minutes, and the owner was like, Jesse, I don't think dogs can get it. The dogs can get it.
So my question is, what's the difference? Like I know you said when we were practicing heel, she was like kind of freaking out, and you like laid off the remote, and then just kind of like let her figure out what she needed to do. What's the difference between that and then when you need to amp up?
So in that moment, I could see she was thinking.
Oh, she was trying.
Yes, because I could see her going like this, right? So I knew the thought of going back into position was there. Panic is like,
Yeah. Okay.
all this craziness, right? Okay,
She's not trying.
I got to keep that pressure on, and you have to start thinking logically to some extent, right? So it requires like reading the dog.
Yeah.
This is why I like the practice is so important, right? Because if you're working with her all the time, you're more likely to see stuff like that, as opposed to someone who only works with the dog for 30 minutes a day. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because we work, she did all her stationary stuff, and then we each work with her multiple times a day, 15, 20 minutes. The chances of us seeing something crop up is high, is much more likely if you're putting yourself in that situation so right? Whereas people tend to just do what they need and then they think they're done. But life will bring upon you lots of different types of contacts that you want to know you can work through it. Okay? So in my opinion, if you can work through it, okay? If you're just like don't know what to do, you can stop, let it reset, and then just continue on. Maybe try a different topic, and then come back to it, and then you just ask me like, "This happened. What should we do?" Okay. So I'm gonna take a leash here. So she's in the down. I didn't say stay. Okay. Again, it's implied. The way we apply it was earlier. I cued it. I talked for a bit. She decided to get up. I kicked in with this. I didn't say no. I didn't say stop. I didn't say down again. Really kicked in with this. She repositioned. And she's been there ever since. Right? That's how we create applied stay. So it's a very tiny detail, but it means a lot. If I down Nina, she gets up, and oh, great job, Harley.
We love that dog.
I know. He always likes to do this. I had another boarding trained client come by. She was out with him. brought him in. She was here and just started cleaning him. She's like, he just played outside.
Classic boy dog.
I'm here for them too. Come in this side. So, so the down command, right? If I say down, she lays down. We've created a command. If she gets up and I down her again, you reset the command. You didn't teach her, don't get up in the first place. Okay, it's the tiniest detail, but people struggle with this all the time. Like Jesse, I tell my dog, lay down 100 times, and they won't stay still. I'm like, yeah, because you're saying it 100 times. Instead, say it once, and I remote the other 99 times. So then, because the dog ends up thinking, well, I can avoid the remote if I just keep doing this every time you say so. But if she lays down, she gets up, and I kick in with this, there's no warning. She's thinking the only way to avoid this is just don't get up in the first place. Exactly. Okay? And like all this is fine. All this stuff is fine here. I just care that she holds the position. Okay? Right. Try a couple more just to warm her up here. Good. Down. Yep. Good. Break. Sit. Good. Down. Yep. Good.
So like as long as she's doing that, we don't need to tap.
Right. Because you can see where there's a delay, right? I said down, yep, and then the movement happened. And there was a downwards movement, so that tells me she's going into position. I can lay off. Now some dogs will do this.
Halfway go down.
Yes, right? So then, of course, I tap to create the rest of it. Okay. Now, I cue the word, the tap happens, she starts to go into position. This shows me she understands that tap means lay down. That's because this doesn't change. The sensation doesn't change, right? The only thing that changes is where the precursor is for the tap. And I think it's crazy that she can interpret this sensation and what to do depending on what was said prior. Right? This is, in my opinion, proper conditioning. Another dog would just be jumping around like, what the hell do I do? Because it wasn't taught correctly. Okay, so I shape everything, even if it's a dog already has training, I always reshape it using this my way.
Yeah.
Okay, so do a couple more. Break. Yes, yes, yes.
How do you keep them to do it?
Down. Yep. Yep. Yeah. That's 2 taps on me. Okay? Who wants to go first? Alright. So she's in a down command, right? So she's going to pop up and reinforce. There you go. And in here, I was saying wait. I was just keeping it loose. Okay? But I was keeping it on my left side and left. The dog's going to feel. It's just force of habit, right? So you can do either. You can just release her and just kind of meander around, or you can put her in a heel and move it.
And
Whatever you like.
do you usually do sit before down, or you just go straight to the down when she starts?
I just do it from sit. Technically, your dog should be down from sit or a standing position.
Yeah.
Now, let's do it. But for a dog, down from sit, down from stand, sit from down, and sit from stand.
Yeah.
Okay. So I always teach it from sitting position because most people.
That's how I used to practice.
Yeah. Once she understands it, it really shouldn't matter what position it is. She's down, she opens it. Okay. But I always, before I bump the overhand dog at the beginning, just do it from the sitting position. Okay.
Break. Sit. Down. Down.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, there it is.
It's like so natural to say it again. Good girl. That was a good one. Break. Sit. Down.
Yeah.
Good girl. That was first one time only. Break.
Any more?
Smiley girl. Sit. Down.
Good.
First try. That was a good one.
Harley's like, what the hell? Good.
Hot
There's a
dog
hole right
is
there.
stuck.
There was no tap there, right?
No, yeah.
Good. So,
Did it again.
yep.
Down. Yeah.
So,
Petting her always gets her to travel. So it's like,
Right. And it was funny because what I'm going to talk about was exactly what just happened. Is the idea here is you cue the first, and when she does it, nothing happens. Okay. She beats the punch, which she did. So that was all fair. But then, since she beat the punch, it's like, well, is this a down or is this a down?
Yeah.
Because there was no remote. Is this a real down, right?
Yeah.
So dogs were more inclined to break the position if there was no tap initially. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here, just after that, you pet her, raise her. Exactly that happened.
Good.
She pops right back up. You kick in with the remote. No, ideally, you wouldn't want to repeat it, right?
Yeah.
It's just force of habit. But you realize that you laid off, and then you just let the remote do the work. Okay? Always let the remote do your work. The more you use that, the more you become
I'm conditioned than she is.
Exactly. You're becoming more fluid. She's becoming more conditioned. She's going, oh, this is exactly the same thing as Jesse's place. I get this. This is easy. Okay? And this is why I push remote collar so much. And I only train using remote collar. Because most people have this standard that they like to reach. But they don't think it's possible. Right? And it's not possible using certain methods. Each method has a ceiling. This has the highest ceiling. So I understand as a business, trainers will say you have to this and this, and then you can meet all of them, right? Because it's more money.
Yeah.
But in this day and age, and way back when I first started my career and I did clicker only and that stuff, people gave up all the time. I'm not getting what I want. I'm not getting when the dogs will be returned.
Yeah.
My job is to keep dogs at home, right? So then I went out looking for more answers. I'm like, there has to be a better way. And then I started using prong collar and choke chain. That was better. And then I was like, I'm still limited. And then I went out and studied e-collar. And ever since then, I'm like, this is the best tool there is.
For sure.
Because it's so easy for me to train everything, give it to you, and say, just press this button.
Yeah.
The dog's in condition, and the dog's doing for you exactly as she does for me.
Yeah.
If we have personality issues, where the owner might have a softer personality than the dog's more down, right?
Yeah.
All it means is they may have a higher number than I do.
Yeah.
I can close the gap because I can mean that what that owner says more just through power. Okay? So here, everything's, again, context based, right? So we're working low. Expect that to change, of course, within the home. Okay? So we're going to do a couple more, then we'll swap hands.
Okay. Break. Sit. Down.
Good.
Good girl.
Let's try this. You get better. I'm going to have you pivot around, kind of like you were doing with the snake previously. Check. Oh, yeah. 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 Good. It's okay. And go ahead and pivot around again.
She goes down on her own and then she just gets up.
Good. And back to her side. Wait a moment. So whenever you do the release, in my book, I always like to release from next to the one. Okay. The reason is that let's say you have her down and you move 20 feet away from her, and then you release her and stuff. You're starting to condition her that she may get released when you're at a distance of her, right? So then it can create, I don't want to say confusion, but the dog make a mistake of the opposite,
Yeah.
right? But if I always release the dog here, and I'm 20 feet away, the dog goes, they're releasing right? I'll make them know, but not here. And they're always here when they release me. Less likely to make that decision. Because dogs are about what the world looks like in the moment when something's happening. That's how they interpret what everything means, right? So when I see feel and I'm moving and she's here, if I'm Nina, this is a picture. She's here, we're walking, so when we come to a stop, if she's standing, she sees me in there. She goes, oh, that means to do this right now.
Okay.
You see that? So, because I know I'm dealing with dog owners, not dog trainers, I remove some things just so that they don't create problems.
It's like she only knows to get up when I'm seeing her right next to her.
Correct. And always delay a few seconds, right? So if she's in a down, maybe she's there for 10 minutes, you come back, instead of just immediate break, come back and wait. Right? Because if it's you walk past her breaking, just keep moving. Now the next time you walk past her, she just might assume you're going to release me. And then she just gets up. But if you land, wait a second, she's waiting for your cue. It's very kind of step by step. Okay? Let's go ahead and try for 2 more, then we'll swap.
Break.
Good.
Girl. Try this. Oh, good job. You're getting it.
Hold for a second, right? Good. Because I would have anticipated, because you start to get more excited.
Yeah.
You see that? Do that. As you get further away, let's try for 1 more, and then we'll go for the swap.
Break. Sit. Down.
Yeah. Yep. Keep that and adjust it. And I can tell there's no real contact here because her neck's not twitching. And it's really obvious what it is. Yep, yep. There it is. What's your number now?
33.
33. Go ahead and dip back down. Go ahead and go to your 11.
Was literally at like 8. Why do you think that was? Because there was a lot going on.
No. So the one drawback to being taller is 2 probes have to make a connection, right?
Yeah.
Is if she turns her neck or moves in a way that the fur gets in there, right?
Yeah.
Then it inhibits the connection. So
Yeah,
then,
it like seemed like it wasn't even doing that.
yeah, because I looked at her neck and there was nothing going on, right? So that's what we call troubleshooting. Is most of the connection again is just preset.
Yeah.
Move everything around, try to no. Work yourself through it, right? Gave the command, and even though there was like a minute from when you issued it to when the remote finally kicked in, just a minute,
Yeah.
right? A minute later. So dogs are capable of understanding these things. It's just how it's done efficiently, right?
Yeah.
So at that moment, 11 was working, you kept bumping it, you hit 33. Then you saw the connection, and then you saw the response.
Yeah.
The reason why we dip back down now is because now you have the connection. That my assumption is if I move around 33 again, she's going to feel 33. Okay? Let's keep her in the down, and let's swap handlers. Yeah. 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 Bring it a little bit more forward. Yeah. Sit right there. Yeah. 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 Go ahead and adjust. And I go bumps like 3 to 5. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. There it is. What's your number?
23.
23. So that is high as 33, but higher than 11, right?
Yeah.
Then we reset, we'll go back down again. Very good. Pushing so far.
Yeah.
Right. So whenever you're ready to break, then you can walk around a bit, and then you move on to the next down.
Break.
Good.
Down.
Good girl.
Good girl. Okay. Break.
Down.
That was half there,
That was
right?
good down.
It was so quick.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to try something different.
Okay.
Instead of going break, say sit.
Okay. Sit.
Yep.
Sit.
Yep. Cover knees. Slightly to the left. Yep. And relax. Good. Right? So, what we did here is we confused her. She's already in the down. You cue the sit. Right? You start tapping. And it was like she was trying to get more comfortable in the down. It was trying to take her a step further when really you're looking for the pop up. So since I saw the first two taps, 2 to 3 were kind of confusing, I then, as I'm tapping, incorporate and pull up to help her going, no, like that's not right, this is right.
Okay.
So now, remember earlier on they sit down, sit stand, or different things.
Yeah.
That's what that was. Okay? Go ahead and tread the down again.
Down. Down.
Good.
Good girl.
Break.
Break.
Good. Good.
Down.
Good.
Good girl. Good girl, baby.
Go ahead and try walking around a little bit. Yep. Yep. Now move. Yep. 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 There we go. Good. What's your number now?
11.
11. Go down to 9. Yep. And walk around. And then back to the side. Let's go ahead and turn and sit.
Sit.
Yep. 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 Let's go up. Yep. And girl. Good. Praise her.
Good
That
girl.
grumbly is frustration.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Yep. Good. Now up. Yep. Yep. Good. So right here, you put her in a sit. You go to pet her. The butt comes up. You remote the butt to go down, but then she starts going to go down. You have to counter that and bring it back to the sit. Right? So you're being super black and white.
That's it.
Yeah. Sit looks this way. Down looks this way. And you're being very specific. The more specific you are, the better she does. You'll see frustration because she's a dog. She's not meant to like, process all these things, but she can, right? You work her through it, and then this is what I call clarifying for her. Like this is what sit is supposed to be. This is what down is supposed to be. Okay. So all that stuff is normal for her to do. And go to cue her to go down again.
Down.
Yep.
Down.
Yep. And go to adjust up. Yep. Yep. There it is. And girl. Good to have. And break.
Break. Down.
Good.
Good girl.
Yeah.
Go ahead and release her. Take her with you to the seat there. And down right your feet.
Break. Down.
And when you fingers pull. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Down.
Down.
Here. Guide. Yep. 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 Which number? Yep.
3 taps.
Right.
Down.
And go to like 8. Yep. So here we get frustration. Now we've been working her for going on 2 hours.
Yeah.
we work with dogs, 15, 20 minutes. Okay? So here, when she starts to get frustrated, if you keep on too much pressure, you create more frustration. Okay? So that's why I was like, so part of what you learn has been go up.
Yeah.
But then there's a time where it's like going up is not going to fix the problem. If we feel she's getting more frustrated, I go down. Okay? Because if she's getting annoyed and you just keep going up, you're going to make her more annoyed. If I go lower, I give the brain more time, more space to think. Our rhythm was super slow. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, right? Because if it would have been tap, 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 more frustration, right? I took the leash and I pulled up. The reason why I pulled up is to go on the sit, but also to contain, because if she gets more frustrated, this isn't very common. So when we work with the dog and we put aversives and we create frustration, that's normal. Okay? Nobody likes this alone. Most dogs will get frustrated, just kind of move around. She redirects toward the leash. Okay? So the dog saw your hand was there, but if your hand was higher up, it would have just been the leash, right? When this happened, and I got bit, this was because I was holding the leash right here by the dog's mouth. So the dog came up, it got my hand. Okay? So I removed my hand from the immediate space of her mouth, and I go up because in case she decides to throw a fit, I'm already going up with her. So I'm actually containing her. Okay? So the closer you are to her collar, the more immediate control you have. The further away you are from the collar, the less control you have. So if I have a dog, let's say the dog's trying to bite me. If I'm holding the handle, I'm like this, all this leash can move this way. But if I'm like this, and there's just this much slack, and I move away, the dog only has leash to go this way. And if they go up, I go up with the dog, and they go down with the dog as well.
What's the best way to avoid her biting close? Because that, right before I decided to bring her to you, was the last straw. I was trying to pull her with her leash. She was like out of 15, and she turned around and bit me on my arm and like break the skin. But like that's it's like this kind of moment where she's, I'd say she's 5 times crazier than she was there, and then pulling her like halfway. How do you get close without her biting your arm? Just trying to go with the leash. Pull up.
The best way to do so is what we call up and away. Is what we call up and away. Okay? So when we're walking, right, we're like this. This is a pretty good distance. Because if I pull up, if her head turns up, that's where her mouth can reach, right? If we were to do this, you see that? Exactly. This is where she's going to get. So I'm out of her range. If I do this, this leash is going to move this way. She can't reach me. So that's what's the up and away.
All
Right?
the times that she's reached to bite us, it's not like she's trying to bite us, she's trying to get it whatever's pulling her.
Yes.
You know, so
Most
about her
dogs.
collar, it's the hand.
Yes.
You know.
Most dogs will redirect to the leash. Okay? Every now and then I get a dog that redirects towards the handler. What it is like they're so frustrated that the frustration has to go somewhere, and it's the nearest thing. So if the nearest thing is the handler, the dog is looking at the handler, right? So if I start getting frustrated, I go to this, right? Now when we worked her through it, we saw that she had her muzzle on. So when you're outside, that kind of eliminates that risk for you. If you cue the down, you have to make it happen, right? So she started to get frustrated.
So you put out water, so pulling her,
Yep.
lowering down a little bit.
Taking her time. Yes.
So
I'm imagining that's going to be like in her backyard because she's in my uncle's backyard. But there's dogs on her neighbor's property, and she'll like hear barking, and then I feel like she'll move back.
Yes. So, but in that case, because if she's in the yard, is she off leash?
I usually have one this leash.
She's on this.
If she gets too scared, she's going to run to the front and jump over a front fence.
Gotcha. Okay.
eventually we'd like to not have her on the leash, but for now, it's
Sure, I believe she's always.
What I'm going to have you, do you guys have a long leash?
No, but that's what I want to get to back here.
Yeah, get a 30-foot because we're going to need that for the recall stuff. Okay, the called stuff, which we can do outside. So if you go to Amazon, it's like $8 to $12. 30 feet is the perfect length. And when we do the in-home session, I always suggest people make a list of priorities. A lot of times, like they'll have a list of 10 things, and like there are actually 3 things, and a lot of them are really similar. That those 3 things will target the 10 things.
Yeah.
Okay. So if she starts in, I shouldn't say when she starts. If when we know we have a dog that gets frustrated, I'm always like this. The assumption is that this may happen, because if we just wait for the moment that happened, then it's about, oh, now I need to go into damage control.
So my question is, which is what we were going to say to the end, was like, so she has the barking issue in the house. So if she's bit us before, where she goes, she's already kind of worked herself up, and she's down at the bottom of the stairs barking, and we'll like go, she like isn't listening, she isn't listening, so we go to kind of like grab the collar, and then she moves her head.
Yeah, you don't need to grab the collar.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you another thing that you can do to correct her.
Okay.
Okay, so that you're not solely reliant on the e-collar. But if she runs down the stairs and is barking, you don't have to go downstairs.
Yeah. Okay.
So since you're away from her, she's not going to go and then run up the stairs and bite you. Okay, because it's too much of a distance.
So when she's freaking out, how do we know when to turn the? Because she'll be barking.
Sure.
And then we just keep turning it up.
Sure. So I'll go over that. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Up and away. Okay. So I'm going to hand it back to you here. She's not in that position. We're going to reach down.
Sitting down.
Yeah. Whatever you're doing. Yeah.
Down.
And what you can also do is relax your leash. With your left foot, pressure on your leash. So put the leash up. Get through. Okay. So that's similar to the pressure on the shoulders.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like she's used to us telling her down when we were standing.
Yeah, we're changing up the picture.
Yeah.
Right? So when it comes to knowing when to adjust, there's a lot of factors. I've been doing this for like 10 years, so I've been through a lot of shitty situations, a lot of crazy situations. I've seen a lot of things, so I've learned to just kind of finesse my way through the weeds in the road. You have to learn all these skills, right? But my general rule is I go by 3s. If not by the first tap, not by the third tap, or if not by I think by the first tap, if not by the third tap, I bump it. So if I'm on like 8, tap, 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 bump, tap, 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 bump.
And that's the pace you're talking about. You're not like
Typically,
time.
yeah. It depends on the dog situation. Okay, so it's like 8, so 8, tap, 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 11, tap, 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 14, tap, tap, tap. So I'm gradually increasing until I hit that number, right? As you get more comfortable, you can go in bigger jumps. Like I go pretty quick because I can see the dog, because the dog is near me. So if nothing's happening here and I'm on 50, there's no connection that I'm not worried about. Like it's just going to just kick in and just get the dog off guard. It can happen, but it's not very common. Okay. So the other thing is, what's the situation? If it's an emergency, like oh crap, like she's blowing up, blah 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 blah. I just do up and away. Okay, up and away, and then try to contain. I ideally want to squash the reactivity as soon as possible, right? But if everything is just like it's just out of hand, up and away, because if you remove her front paws off the ground, she can't guide them, she can't do anything. That's how she directs her body, right? She's front wheel drive. So if I remove the front feet off the ground and I just hold her up like this, she's just going to be a lunging, barking mess because she's not going to get anything. The dog passes, I wait a little bit, bring her back down, I might de-escalate her with the e-collar, relax her, and then go into the movement. Now what she does, like I don't worry about the downs or anything like that. You're worried about getting her to calm down. Just relax. So when I step aside, so if we're walking and we see a dog coming, right? I go, okay, at the moment you see the dog coming, you want to step aside to the curb, turn inwards, shorten your leash, watch Nina. Okay? The dog is coming, I'm watching her. She perks up, I give a tap, maybe on 8. She stops, she looks at me, and the dog walks past. Perfect. That's what we want ideally. Okay? Because you stopped her at 2, she never gets the 10. If I step aside and I do 8, nothing, 11, 14, 20, nothing, and you start to see her escalate, prepare for the explosion, right? So then it's like dog comes, and then maybe her threshold is 8 feet, right? The dog is 8 feet, she blows up, and then I'm just damage control, okay? Up and away. And you guys have a muzzle, correct?
Yeah.
So that helps take up a lot of risk. Yeah. Okay. So now, because typically when I work with dogs that are reactive, they're not muzzled. So then there's, if I'm using the e-collar, I'm always prepared for the redirect. Most dog owners aren't aware of the redirect. So I'll tell them, don't go higher than 45. But for you two, because you have run muzzle, you can go as high as you want. Because even if she did try, one, you have the up and away, right? But also she muzzled. Then you're more than likely. There's no risk to you getting bit, right? So that in that moment, because you have the muzzle, you can take your time, or you could escalate quickly, right? I always recommend for people in the beginning to just take their time, because you're learning a new skill. Once you get comfortable with it, like you might learn like, oh, 45 is what got me into the crap last time. So the next dog I see, I'm at 40. I'm right there. I'm not at the power, just underneath it. So the moment I see her get ready to go, boom, I'm at the number that's going to cut it right away. Now, as long as you're not next to her, you're fine. That's the
That's true, she's not on the leash.
yeah. So as long as you're like, don't go stand next to her in the motor because you are going to get the redirect.
Yeah.
So if she's down the stairs and upstairs, it's just like, go, right?
And do we say, like when she's downstairs barking, do we say come or nothing?
No. So when we deal with behavior, there's 2 approaches. And you want to think to yourself, do I want to eliminate this or do I want to control this? If she's barking in response to someone walking their dog outside, or their neighbor's dog, right? Your neighbor's dogs upstairs.
Yeah, so the issue is every time they open the door, she can hear their dog, and she hears it, she starts barking.
Yep.
And the dog will hear it, she can hear it.
So you want to eliminate that because you know,
Summers.
yeah, there's nothing to bark about. It's the neighbor, right? She does it. That's why she's barking. She runs down. I'm upstairs on the couch. Tap on, I don't know, 80. Right after that, boom, boom, right? Bam. She runs upstairs. She jumps on the couch. Don't say anything. She just thinks, when I bark in response to the neighbor's dogs, this happens. And then she hears the dog, maybe 2 hours later, she hears it again. You'll see her get paranoid because she's like, am I going to get hit with the collar? Nothing happens. She goes, oh, if I don't charge and I don't bark, I don't get promoted. Right? That's how we eliminate behaviors. When you want to control behaviors, you have to have a cue or something happen prior to the promote. So like let's say, jumping up. Okay. If you want to eliminate all jumping, you simply just promote. Let's say you don't mind the jumping, then you come home from work or something. But you want to be able to stop her. You want to keep the word off and then kick in with the promote. Because it would be like if you just promote her out of nowhere, she's not going to understand. She's not just thinking, if I don't want to get promoted, I don't do it. But when she hears the word, it tells her you can just stop when I tell you to. Okay? So, again, make a list. The stuff you want to eliminate and the stuff you want to control. Get it out. Just be mindful that you're not next to her. You're correct. Okay? So I remember the first day you dropped her off. The first thing I did was tether her to get her used to the environment. And I put her in the kennel. She was not happy. She was trying to bark. She was going to right? Storm. So I put her in the remote, and she was, barking, and I started low, 20. And I was working my way up. How high do you think I went before I got her to stop?
Higher. Yeah, you were not having it.
127. I maxed it out. Okay? But I took my time. Yeah. 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 There it is. Very good. I took my time. 20, not to 30. And because she had only had a couple sessions prior, she didn't have real formal understanding. Right? I took my time, and she was getting pissed.
Just right when she got here.
Just so she was out here. I worked with her a couple of times, and then at the end of the night, well, time to count, right? And I had to stop barking, right? So taking my time to understand, like, okay, the environment, the stress, those things, and understand the collar is, right? But since she didn't have enough of the collar quite yet to interpret it, she was getting more frustrated,
Yeah.
right? I just kept going up. So she was barking and remoting, like, all this stuff, right? And she's like going, like, at the cage and everything. And finally, I was on 127, and it was like, bam, bam, bam. And she goes, oh! She sat down. She was like, right? And I waited, and then she started whining, and I went all the way down to like 11 or something. Tap. She sat down, she relaxed, and then started panting. She finally let it all go. Like, okay, it can't be inappropriate.
I'm giving up on this place. I'll do whatever they say.
But it's understandable why she was under stress. New environment, being put under pressure, dogs around, going into a room and left. Where the hell she is, right? But I can't tell her, like, it's okay, sweetheart, your mom's paid us for boot camp, you're safe, right? And then after that, we had no issues. Okay? The only time she barked in the kennel was when we put her in with bit to her noodles come in, and they went to the room with her, and then she was in there for like 20 minutes, and I think one of them like shuffled around, and she barked in response, and I just grabbed her, and she was fine.
One more thing that we're talking about in the beginning is she'll like go after the cats.
Right.
Like not in a way she just wants to play.
Sure.
But like it's sometimes it's in an aggressive way, like you know they
It's too
come
much.
too close to food.
Yeah.
So that we can use the zero bone.
What I would do is multiple, right? Because if
It's like in the house.
yes, how often does that happen?
Not a lot. It's just like she doesn't like go after in a biting way. She'll just like
Kind of like pounce on the
I
paws.
know. So for these other things, okay, because you're not going to have the remote on for 24/7. At some point, you're going to remove it, right? Is what's called a bonker. Are you guys heard of that? Okay. All it is a rolled up towel for towels that you can use a hair tie or rubber band. So you roll it up, make a cylinder-like object. You put the rubber bands on. It's a firm and soft object. So like, let's say you're in the living room, the cat runs across the room, Nina runs chasing after her. You just whack her with the bonker.
Okay.
Okay. So for this,
Over on the nose.
you
Or
can either,
rubber.
or you can either do it yourself, and I'm gonna send you videos so you can see it, or you can just throw it. Okay. So like, let's say she's over there, and you could get up, right? Or like, well, I'm not gonna get up. I'm just gonna wail this at you. And at first, she's just sitting there looking at the cat, and all of a sudden, boom! What the hell just came?
so we try and catch her while she's because we can see her just like stare.
You can do that. Okay. Ideally, always prior to the behavior, as long as you can see the thought process. But sometimes it's going to be already, she's going to be in the act, right? So we have both prevention and intervention, and it's a balance of both things. Ideally, it's always prevention.
Yeah.
But sometimes she might already be in pursuit of the cat, that you just come into intervene, right? So in the videos that I'll send you, one is like how to make one and what a bonker is. 2 is like how to apply it, and then 3 is an actual dog trainer using it. Okay, and when they use it, you'll like they're putting some oomph behind it. Right? It's not that little like love tap. It's you cut the crap out, right? It's a rolled up towel. She's not gonna die. She's not gonna get hurt. She's not gonna break any bones, and it's soft, right? So the e-collar, the physicality is what got all this to work. Okay, because it's an aversive. She doesn't like it. And aversives can be motivators, right? So if like I were to, how do you say, lose a bunch of clients, that's an aversive to me. But that motivates me to, I got employees to pay, I got a rent to pay, I need to recoup that money, I need to bust my ass, right? So aversives can be motivators. So here, the thought of like this can happen is what keeps her here and all the videos reliable. Same thing with the behavior stuff.
So when we get home, because of like the barking and all the things that we know we're gonna have to address right away, we were talking about just having the collar over
Oh, yeah.
all the time
Sure.
until she kind of. So can we use the collar in that instance when the cat's things come into play when she's already got it on for the first like?
If you catch her before the chase, okay, if she's in the chase, use the bunker. My only concern is if she's not muzzled. So if you go on the internet, you'll read e-collar can make dogs more aggressive.
Oh, gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
That's a yes and no answer. If the dog is already thinking about chasing the cat or biting the person, the thought's already there. So when the tap happens, it just triggers. Yes. So what happens is, if when that goes on, you actually have to keep the pressure on until the dog retracts, right? So like when I come into homes where dogs attack me, that's what I do. I come in, they'll look at me, I'll try to pop them to get the dot out their head, and they go, what? Ooh, and they just move in. They attack me, I'm in the suit, so I'm protected. I can keep the remote on, keep the pressure on, keep going up until they go off. And then they go, oh, tap doesn't mean attack. Tap means cut the crap, right? So if she's already in pursuit, because that's my concern, right? Is that it's kind of like the redirect that we saw earlier, right? Is that if she's already attacking the cat and you're trying to get her to come off, you may create more. With the bonker, it's kind of like an intercept link, just out of nowhere. I'm not saying that you can't, but I would lay off of it at the beginning. Start to apply it for other stuff that's not related to the cat until she starts to have a good understanding of what it is before we do that approach. Okay? And then I'll send you the videos for the bonker because you can still like use it. Because there might be times where it's like, crap, I don't have the remote on me.
Yeah.
You know, or maybe we forgot to charge it or something. It happens. If you're going to have your word extensively, there's two things. One, you have to move it every 2 hours. Okay? So like all these guys here, we rotate every 2 hours. Otherwise, they'll develop pressure sores. Okay? It's just from the two pills poking in the neck. You'll see like a furrow fall out, it'll scab over, it'll heal up, fur grows back. No big deal. There's a special adapter that you can pick up. It's on the internet, they're $23 to $33. And it's meant for extended wear. Okay, and I can send you that as well. So we have that dog actually down there in the bottom. You can see she has it on because her owner is in their 60s and 70s, so they need control over her all the time. So she wears it extensively. So this kind of eliminates the worry of like we have to rotate it every 2 hours, right? And also if you have to do things overnight, you have to correct that as well. And I can send you that link. You can just replace it super easy, and you don't have to worry about rotating. I do recommend that people do so just in case, but it's not as required as if she's wearing it with just the 2 rows. Okay. Other questions?
This is completely off topic. What's your best approach for the dog? For the dog? Well, like she'll be standing up, walking around the back seat, like stuff like that. Should I just put her into the down and she just lays out the back seat? We live 5 minutes away from her.
Sure, we don't want that. Right?
Yeah.
So, what I would do, because if you do that, I think if you remote her in the back, if you remote her in the back seat and she's wanting to go in the front seat, what's going to happen?
She's gonna work.
She's going to pop in the front seat. Yeah, right. So, what I would do is, if one of you is in the back with her, to hold her leash and reinforce it down, that's fine. Then she can't come to the front. Otherwise, you have one person driving, the other person trying to hold the dog in the back. That's potentially a dangerous situation. How often does she ride your car?
I would say it's like an A- in the car. I drove from LA to here with her, and she was just being bossy the entire time. But
Sure.
every so often, she'll try and stand up with her paws in the middle and like try and walk to the front.
Sure.
But I usually just push her back.
Yeah, so you can use the remote. So she pops up on the center console. You can use the remote to get her to move back. But in the beginning, she's most likely going to move forward.
Yeah.
In which case, if that happened, I would keep remoting until she pops in the back, right? But the thing is, you're driving. That's the big thing,
For
right?
both there.
Yes. The other
She's
thing,
not in the car.
She's very rarely in the car.
okay.
Just like when I have to.
But yeah, I would suggest, like you can, if it's just 5 minutes and she usually does well, definitely still keep her with the leash and everything. And then you can even use the leash on if it's tied to like the headrest and the back seat, something like that to kind of tether. So even if she tries to lunge forward, she can't. She's limited in her range of motion.
Or it's like if we're driving on the street and the dog is walking by the car next to the car on the street, that's when she also starts.
Yeah. So what I would suggest is you pick up a seatbelt harness.
Yeah.
The one.
Oh, yeah.
The one I recommend is brand is Roughwear. It's pretty there's padding here. It's all on the chest, and it's well made so that there would knock on wood. Where's the wood? Car accident, right? She's not going to go flying all over the place, right? But also, so what happens is there's a loop in the back. The seatbelt fits through the loop, it clips. So the
Keep them
seatbelt,
sitting or can they lay?
they can lay down, they can sit up and all that stuff. So then it also, if she becomes reactive, you can correct her, she can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
She's tethered to the seat. So I suggest to people, it's well made. They're expensive, but I had one of my clients that has it. It's had it. It's like what, 6 years ago. They've had the same one for 6 years. So it's like $70 bucks. It lasts like forever. So I think it's worth the investment. But that'll make your life easier in terms of reactivity in the car. You can correct that as well. You don't need to say anything there because you know you don't want reactivity in the car.
Right.
It makes your life easier because then she can jump in the front, and all you have to do is remote it to get her stop. Okay. Other questions?
Go home and try it all out.
So, I recommend, it's a fairly nice day out, is going for a quick walk first. At least 10 to 15 minutes if you can. Okay?
Before we go in the house.
Before you go in the house. Just to get the structure in the head. Okay? Let's keep an eye on the reactivity. Make mistakes. Take your time before your next one, or you can have it as soon as you want because you have the 3 follow-ups at home, right? If you find like over the course of the next few days, like she's being, like you're doing really well, you're taking everything, you're like, man, she's like so much better, and you don't need me to come in, I say wait. Okay, the classes don't expire. If it's everything's great in the home, but you're having struggles with reactivity, of course you can come out whenever you're ready. Because the only concern would be once winter hits, is people don't walk their dog as much as they do in the spring and summer. Is that maybe because obviously you're walking her, you're getting more occurrences, and then you set up something with me and it's like we see no dogs.
Yeah.
That's the struggle.
I want to save some for when it's next out.
Correct. We do still have to cover the recall, which is what we need a long leash for. Recall's super easy to teach, and this was the bulk of everything. So once you master this stuff, then when I teach you the recall, it's just that one little detail as opposed to like you're still learning this stuff, and it's like now we have to learn the recall as well. Right? So that is kind of I'm putting on the back burner because dogs don't forget this stuff. I've had dogs that I've trained for rescues, and I'll tell them like they're gonna act like they don't know anything. Just tell me when they're gonna get up and go home, and then like a year later they'll get rescued. I'll move into the home. I'll come to the home and work with them. 15 minutes, boom, comes back. It's like riding a bike. Okay? The way it's taught, they don't forget. That's why I love getting both of those tools. So, and in the meantime, I'm really should give you my contact info. Yeah. Yeah. There it is. Yeah, so any training questions, feel free to reach out towards via email. Training questions are always best by email because at the end of the day, I would sit down and get back to everybody. If it's an emergency, text or call Jesse, let's get back to me as soon as possible, and I'll get to you as soon as I can. Okay? There's no question, too big or small, those 2 questions. This was a lot of information in a short period of time. Main things to focus on would be the place command within the home and the heel command. That's a big, those 2 are like the main components. And then the down and sit stuff, if you want to do 3 to 5 minutes a day, just like work with therapy, making sure you're keeping it in muscle memory, things like that. I really recommend that. Here, instead of putting her in place, I had to put her in the down, just to get used to like, oh, this is another option. This is more specific, of course. She has to be taken.
Because we eventually want to break the place, so to be able to say like down.
Yes. Have her stay on. Yeah. Okay. And what's nice is that the stay on the place and the stay in the down, they overlap. You remember the 2 different commands? The component of the stay and don't move, they still stack on each other. Okay, that's what makes it a lot easier. Other questions?
For the initial reactivity in our apartment, should I put her in place after
So you have 2 ways about it. You can do that. But then technically, it's really the place command that's keeping her well behaved. At some point, you want her to just coexist together with the home, right? Is when we have behavior, you essentially just allow the dog to be free and then correct what you don't want, right? So she can be loose and she goes barking upstairs. That's not happening, right? The other component is we're going to have guests come over. and I don't want you to like jump all over people. Go to your place, right? Make life a little easier. And you can see here we have these leashes, right? These tethers. They make our lives easier. It's how we can train 6 dogs at one time. We bring them up before, we tether them, and they'll still try to get off. But when we remote them, it eliminates the whole being able to run away. And they still try. They'll still try to run off, and we remote, and then they get stuck, and they're like, okay, they go back.
Have something to tether her to.
Your couch. Just position the bed, yep, just pick it up, put it there, and then now she's tethered, right? So if you get up and move to the kitchen, she tries to follow, you don't have to worry about walking her all the way back. Now, at some point, you will have to, right? But for the initial transition, that'll make your life easier. And then once you've kind of built that foundation in of transitioning everything, then you can go to just leash dragging, and it'll be a lot easier to correct to the point where if you just remote her, she should just go to the spot, self-correct without any kind of direction. And then you can go to sand stage, right? But it's phases. Yeah. Okay. Other questions?
Cats are barking. Multiple behaviors.
So, okay, one last thing with the barking, because I know that's going to be like the first thing we deal with.
Uh-huh.
When we see her ears, because usually she'll perk up and then start to go. When we see that perk, do we then hit her with the collar?
If you see something and you know
What's
that's the precursor, okay, now if you remote her,
She'll go to the window, like right before she starts. It's like that.
Yep. And like when she's on the window,
Yeah.
right? Or maybe she's on her bed and she hears something, she perks her ears up to go to the window,
Yeah.
right there. Okay. The earlier you catch it, the better. I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah. You know her better than I do. I know her because I know dogs.
Yeah.
So I know the signs that I can assume this is what it's going to lead to. But and if you're not sure, you can always just remote from your dog.
Yeah, just default to the remote.
Yeah.
As she's going into it.
Don't feel bad about being too strict. Dogs thrive in black and white. Okay. Gray area causes frustration not for them only, but for you as well. Okay. So you want to eliminate just remote. Anytime you chew anything, you want to say the word only once. Make it happen via the remote. Okay.
It's like Trump.
Alrighty.
Okay.
So if you need anything else, feel free to reach out. Let's make sure we get you everything here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible because we have another dog coming in right now.